Yeah, I just got that. It's just like when I raising my children. It's like, no, I'm gonna raise you in the way that you shall go. I know people who struggle with, okay, well, how do you deal with if your child is homosexual, or if you suffer this? Well, if you are a woman or a man of faith and abiding by Jehovah's laws, then you do not support sin. And so it's the same thing if your child is a liar or a murderer or a thief, or you do not support sin. You can still love them. And that is love, is to say, I take a stance against what I know is going to cause you detriment. I take a stance against what I know is hurting you. I take a stance what I know is going to kill you. I take a stance against what leads to death. I take a stance against what I know is going to continue your anxiety. I take a stance against what I know is going to continue or breed your depression. I take a stance against what I know is not going to allow peace in your life. I take a stance against what I know you will never have rest in. I take a stance against, that's what that is saying, right? So as you grow and you evolve, because I see a lot of people, Christians, they just stay on, the paganism ways of Christian, what Americanized Christian is today, and it's pagan. They stay there, and there is no spiritual enlightenment or revelation in Jehovah's word, right? And so as Jehovah continues to exalt your spiritual awakening and spiritual maturity, then you want to die more and more and more to self, and you want your spirit man, your spirit head, to have power and dominion over your temple, your mind, your subconscious. You want your spirit man, your spirit head, to lead you, and you want Jehovah, the Ruach HaKodesh, to lead you and guide you into all truth and knowledge. And the beginning of all knowledge is to fear him. So when you know these things, and when you've allowed the Holy Spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh, to come in and do a cleansing, a purging, a consecration, refinement of your own heart, and you realize that you were dying in sin, you realize that he saved you from misery, that he saved you from torture, that he saved you. And I'm not speaking in the afterlife, heaven or hell. I'm speaking in a past life, meaning sin, just being lost and not knowing your worth, and not knowing your value, and not understanding who you are and who you're supposed to be, and being lost and being confused and being tormented with anxiety, with substance abuse, with undecisiveness or indecisiveness, a lack of control over your own anger, a lack of control over your emotions, being persuaded left and right, needing to be influenced in order to take a stance in anything, following the majority, copying the masses, finding liberty in sin, because that's what it is. They mask sin as liberty when it is the most severe form of confinement that you will ever experience. And so when you seek Jehovah and you allow his spirit to pour and rain and flood out the contaminations of the world that have defiled you, then you don't want anybody else to suffer. So it's like, no, I take a stance against anything that I know is going to make you suffer.